Okay, so I really had to peel back layers of understanding the immune system and the prostaglandins and how prostaglandins have two different sides. Prostaglandins are part of your immune system, lymphatic, your immune system. And so the T cells are part of your adaptive immune system, and the B cells are part of your innate immune system. And the B cells are the white blood cells, they're out of your bone marrow. Okay? They're the ones that make sure that you're not growing a second arm or a leg or whatever. However, you can program the adaptive immune system to grow extra things that you're not supposed to. Adaptation is the ability to adapt to a fluctuating environment. And so if your environment calls for three legs, and that could be through gene manipulation or whatever the atmosphere calls for. I don't know how an atmosphere would trigger a third leg, but I would say that gene manipulation would trigger someone growing a third leg. But that would then tax other parts of your systems. It wouldn't really work because that was not the innate design. So now I'm really getting down to the nitty gritty because prostaglandins have two sides to it. Prostaglandins have a life side and have a death side. The life side is the biosynthesis of proteins that help with cell regeneration, and you have to have the right chemistry in your body to draw from. If you don't have enough minerals and nutrients in your body to allow the prostaglandins to repair, then guess what? The death side is going to be the most prevalent. The death side is going to have all the different antibodies. It's going to have the different B cells and the T cells. The B cells are from the bone marrow. Those are the natural killer cells, and those are part of the innate immune system. The T cells, of which the COVID-19 immunologists are looking for T cells, the DMAbs, okay, DNA monoclonal antibodies, bioengineered monoclonal antibodies that they can program to find any cell in your body that has been exposed or influenced to the COVID, and then they search and destroy. They don't kill the virus, they kill the actual cell. So you are being systematically destroyed by any type of evolution because viruses are just part of your microbiome. Their evolution, their data. Okay, your body cannot help but be exposed to evolution. And when you have symptoms, it's the body trying to evolve. So when you are allowing immunologists to go in and bioengineer DMAbs or DNA monoclonal antibodies or MAbs or lymphocytes or T cells, when you allow them to go and program T cells and then inject you or give you therapeutics, you're allowing them to systematically destroy you at the micro level, the biochemical level. Okay? And so the T cells is for the thymus gland, which is right here, like, in your breast, like right over in breast, behind your breastbone or breastplate or whatever, between your sternum. Okay? And then, cancer of the thymus, could manifest in like throat cancer, different types of cancers, which then I suspect the reason why they take those cultures so back behind your throat because it's getting as close as they can to the thymus cells, the T cells, of which they're using for the COVID therapeutics and the vaccines. So that does not surprise me why they do those type of cultures that are very, very invasive when it comes to testing for COVID. And I just saw somebody on Facebook say that they had to go on lockdown or go back home from work because somebody tested positive in their area and they have to go get a COVID test or get a written consent form from the doctor say they're okay to work. So already you're seeing anyone that tests positive, anyone in your workplace or in any area that that you're around other people, they're going to make you quarantine. And people they're already doing contact tracing. It's already happening at the occupational level. It's already happening to my friend here in my area. She posted on Facebook, oh man, I have a mini vacation because I either have to get a test and test negative or my doctor says that I'm fine to work. Okay. So, all right, whatever. I mean, I'm over all that. It is what it is. But that's the difference between the T cells and the B cells. So the T cells from the thymus, and that is your adaptive immune system that can be programmed. And then you have the B cells, which is part of your innate immune system, which creates the natural killer cells. And those are the white blood cells that are in your blood. They're in your bone marrow. Okay, and that's what the immunologists are doing. They're basically trying to program your innate immune system to then try to adapt to a very specific purpose. So I had to really figure out. So the B cells, again, like I said, are programming the T cells. Okay? Because how do you get the T cells to come to surface? Well, it has to be triggered by something, which is the B cells, which is your bone marrow, which is your innate immune system, which then allows your adaptive to do what it needs to do, replicate or destroy. And so now I'm getting it on a very verbal level, but I had to really, but I really wanted you guys to see on the bigger picture, the superficial level, that there are two sides to your immune system. But the prostaglandins are the override, they are your immune system. But you don't hear too much about them. All you hear about is antibodies. All you hear about is, antibodies and B cells and T cells, but you never hear about the life side of the prostaglandins. Because when you have an elevated prostaglandins, you have inflammation. Yes, you have B cells and T cells producing, but there's also prostaglandin, E2, which is the cell regeneration, muscular regeneration, biosynthesis. But those are being suppressed. But they're being suppressed, but they're also, you have that antibodies that are stuck in your gut that is punching holes in your cells, so you're not absorbing the nutrition that you need to. So when you are in inflammation and the body, yes, is destroying the bad cells, the cells that they were programmed to destroy, you're not inducing the proper cell replication for cell regeneration. Or you have tumors. You're having too much cell regeneration in one area of your body. It's not being dispersed correctly. It's not being dispersed in a balanced way. And that's one of the prostaglandin, I forget which one it is, which is prostaglandin, hell, I don't know, I2. No, that's the vasodilator. Hold on. The one that promotes life. Okay, well, that's fine. A2. But there is a specific prostaglandin that actually induces tumors. Hold on. Prostaglandin tumor growth. Tumor cells. Okay. All right, well, that's fine. But yeah, there is definitely where you are influencing this prostaglandin to then promote life, but too much life in a very concentrated area that's not being dispersed correctly. Okay? So, there's just so many different aspects of your immune system, but the main thing is to understand that your prostaglandins control life and death, and there has to be a balance between the two. And so now I need to make sure I know in my head that yes, your innate immune system is the bone marrow, prostaglandin, bone marrow antibodies, natural killer cells that the prostaglandins trigger based upon inflammation or based upon injury and illness. So it creates inflammation, and then it depends on which cell or which part of your immune system is being triggered. But then there's also the T cell, which is the adaptive, the thymus cell antibodies, the T cell antibodies that are part of the adaptive immune system, and they can be programmed by the innate immune system because the innate immune system triggers the adaptive to kick in when it needs to based upon the programming of either side of it. That's what's so freaking insane. That's what biotech is they're programming your T cells and your B cells and your innate and your adaptive immune system. Immunology is basically bioengineering. That's what immunology is. That's what creates the biodiversity. That's what creates diversity in our population. So I can't say that anything out there is natural. I mean, I guess it is. No, it's all synthetic. Everything has intention. Every single one of your belief systems, the way you live, who you are synthetic. There's a purpose behind you. Now it's up to you to control your purpose and allow Mother Nature to do what she needs to do based upon the right chemistry, not some bioengineered somebody messing with your genome, with your genes, but you take the right chemistry out there that's going to allow your innate immune system, because there is